people in the Southwest now will be, quite afraid. Cells in Ogun area, cells in Osun State, in some places around the Oyo State. I don't understand, but I hail our governor that he first gave us the hint that something is about to happen.
And this one is coming from ex-president Oluyole Obasanjo. I landed in jail because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. That's coming from Baba. Now, if to Baba, if that is a challenge, and well, I think Baba is not yet free from that challenge, Bimbo.
Because he's always writing open letters.
And he's always talking. And he hasn't been very prudent with words in recent times. So, well, if he's saying that and he thinks, and if he thinks that has been a challenge all this while, and that was the challenge that landed him where he didn't want to go at that time, well, I don't think he's free from that challenge yet. But then this is democracy, so he probably won't be going to that place again. We have freedom of expression, of course, that democracy guarantees. Former President Oluyole Obasanjo has disclosed that his inability to keep his mouth shut, like I said, he's still not free from that inability to keep his mouth shut on national and international issues, led him to jail under the military junta of the late head of state, General Sani Abacha, in 1995. Obasanjo was accused of being involved in what was described as a phantom coup to topple the then military dictator Abacha. He was tried by a military tribunal, found guilty, and sentenced. However, speaking during an interactive session with 15 young male and female future African leaders drawn from different parts of the continent at his Oluyole Obasanjo Presidential Library at the weekend, Obasanjo said going to prison was a challenge to him because he refused to keep quiet on issues that happened in the country at the time. Well, remember, Baba went to prison. Well, he came back.
Well, was he talking then? He was not always talking.
Oh, he was. he was talking.
He was talking, but not as much as he is now.
Well, he actually was. That was why the soldiers found him a threat, and then they felt he had to be put out of the way in order to get him out of the way. It was actually, I think it was a death sentence actually that he got, and well, Abacha died before he could sign.
Wanted to sign the paperwork. Yes,
the death warrant. And then, well, Baba went to jail, and there were a lot of stories that he had to tell when he came back. But I don't know how true this particular one is. I just heard way back in 1995 that when Baba came back, he said that the late dictator's CSO, the dreaded Hamza al-Mustafa, would come to the prison and then ask Baba to crouch, and then he would spread clothes on his clothes on Baba's back, and he would start ironing his clothes with an electric iron on Baba. But then I doubt if that story is true, because Baba would definitely have a lot of scars on his back if that were to be the case. So I said, I don't know if Baba himself gave that account, but I heard it from somewhere. Well, he saw a lot of things that were wrong with the prison system at that time. So when he was catapulted to the palace through an election, he won an election and he became the president of Nigeria. So he embarked on massive prison reforms, and also to make sure that the prisons are not just prisons but also correctional centers. They are called that now officially, but then now they hardly correct anything. But in his time, he made sure that vocational trade, vocational training, and even education, academics was introduced in the prisons. And but then he left office, and then everything went back to the way it was before. But well, he shared his prison experience with young people at his presidential library, and well, I wonder why he decided to share that experience. But then, okay, he also says here, and when I came out from prison, the situation was bad in the country that some people felt they need to be saved, and pressure started coming. He also hinted at the quest to save Nigeria from imminent disintegration made him to seek the presidency in 1999, admitting that he had settled into agriculture after his military service at the age of 42 before the quest came. Now, about the quest to save Nigeria after he came out of prison. Now, we cannot fault the Obasanjo administration. We cannot fault Baba if he's saying this at this time and that he did his best to save Nigeria, because governments after him have not been better. So, of course, if Baba says that he actually did his best for Nigeria, and what we are experiencing under Baba's administration was heaven, paradise, compared to what we have now. So for the fact that nothing has been better, that things have not been better since his administration, and that, of course, things were, like I said, like heaven when he was there compared to what we have now.
Yes.
So that is why we will be able to give Baba a thumbs up this morning, that things were much better under him, and then that should be the fault of the previous of the successive administrations that have not done anything to beat Baba's records. Yes, he had his shortcomings, he had his faults. Well, give it to him, our foreign reserves, our economy,
our debts.
Our debts.
Yes.
And then even critical infrastructure at that time. And the current class captain can tell us now is that we are living in a fool's paradise, that we were deceiving ourselves before, that we were not serious before, that we are living that we are not facing reality before. That now he has come with reality.
We are facing reality now,
and that all the sufferings, all the hardship, it's time to actually face reality, and that is actually what we should be seeing all along. So maybe, according to the current class captain, maybe Baba during his time was not facing them, was not taking us through reality. That's why things appear to be better under him.
Well, our principal now, that is talking about President Tinubu. Yes, he said we were not facing reality then. Yes, he is making us to face reality now. And I know Nigerians, I understand Nigerians. Nigerians are rugged. Nigerians are rugged. They will take anything. They will not, try and, react immediately. They will, go along the line. We will see what the reality will come true.
And hunger is Bodilon's idea of reality. Intense hunger, deprivation and want. That is reality for Bodilon.
For Bodilon. Yes, we will continue to look. Say don't look like late Chief Bola Ige's balance.
And then suffering and smiling.
Yes. Yes, 98 sitting, 99, 48 sitting, 99 standing. Now, this one says, this is talking about Oyo State again, and that is about the new Alafin that was unveiled by Governor Makinde. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde approved the selection of Prince Hakeem of Wade as the 22nd Alafin of Oyo. And it was reported on Friday that the Oyo State government had commenced moves to elect the new Alafin after a prolonged delay. The appointment of the new Alafin was contained in a statement by the State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Prince Dotun Oyelade. Yes, we all had the news yesterday. New Alafin for Oyo Town after a prolonged lapse, and after the death of the, erstwhile Alafin of Oyo, Alafin Lamidi Adeyemi the third.
Well, a quintessential gentleman, and young. He's 49.
49. He's a Canada-based businessman.
An entrepreneur, a businessman.
Yes.
And well, in case you are thinking that he has been abroad all this while, and he actually lived his early life in Nigeria. Primary school, secondary school, tertiary, initial tertiary education, all in Nigeria. He did this National Youth Service Corps. I think somewhere in Warri, Delta State, and before traveling out to acquire a further education in the UK.
Yes.
became a businessman and entrepreneur, decided to settle in Canada. So it's very familiar with Nigerian territory, very familiar with his hometown, Oyo Town, where he has now been named as the king, the Alaafin elect. So congratulations to Prince Abimbola Akim Owade, the Alaafin elect of Oyo Kingdom. And okay, we also have this one, kidnapper twins. Kidnapper twins. How we abduct our victims, dismember their bodies for sale. Parts also used for fortune soup. Magic powder.
That is good. And some people will use that fortune soup.
It's on the quest now. You don't find it. You can't find it on the shelves.
No, I understand that people will use it. They use it for to get their requests.
And I believe that it's going to make them rich and determine other people's lives. I want a big journal. In fact, when you lie, you know. And Bimbo. We charge 100,000 naira for head, 50,000 naira for leg, 20,000 naira for other parts. Now, these parts, coming from cows now, assuming that we are talking about cows now, these parts would cost more in the markets.
Yes.
Now, these evil men are now charging 100,000 naira for a human head. A cow's head would cost much more than that.
About 500,000, 400,000.
50,000 naira for leg, 20,000 naira for other parts. And it says Taiwo Iyemiton recently arrested alongside his twin brother Kende for luring and killing a young girl for ritual purpose in Abeokuta, Ogun State, has opened on their mode of operation as serial killers. That's an exclusive interview with the Nation newspaper now. And Taiwo revealed how the abduction and killing of their last victim was orchestrated, as well as the events that culminated in his arrest at the point of selling the victim's head for 100,000
naira.
They are a pair of twins, the very kind that many people pray to have, particularly among the Yoruba, who regard the birth of twins as a harbinger of good fortune for the parents involved. But 47-year-old Taiwo and Kende Iyemiton are anything but good fortunes. Rather than project their family name or make their parents proud, they became a huge source of embarrassment as alleged ritual killers. They are regarded as the anchor of a kidnapping syndicate that specializes in killing their victims and dismembering their bodies for sale and for production of magic powder, fortune soup. And recently the Ogun State Police Command raised an alarm about an alert about the increasing number of missing persons, cases of missing persons, and how quite a very significant number of those missing persons are never found. Now, this is partly what is responsible for that, and kudos to the Ogun State Police Command. They have them in the net now, and
but it is rather unfortunate. Unfortunate twins. I have this one here. Internet fraud. EFCC nabs 4 Chinese nationals, 101 others. Yes, like we always say, and that we've been saying on this program, these foreigners, especially the Chinese, being involved in internet fraud, and other nationals, well, sometimes with Nigerians and other nations, nationals of other nations, being nabbed. Well, the Economic and Financial Commission arrested 105 of them, including 4 Chinese nationals. That is in the business apartment in the Gudu axis of Abuja over alleged internet fraud. Well, they are still being alleged. Its spokesperson, Dele Oluyole, said this in a statement in Abuja. He said that they were arrested in a sting operation by the Commission's operatives. Oluyole said the arrest was part of the anti-graft agency's ongoing efforts to clean the nation of internet fraud and other acts of corruption. And he said that The suspects, comprising 38 females, 68 males, were arrested on Thursday. And the EFCC spokesman said the suspects were involved in an alleged hotel review job scam targeting victims and hotels in Europe and other parts of the world. Yes, that is what we say. When you see some things, you are desperate to travel out, to do some things outside the country, and you see something on the internet, and you see that it looks like something fantastic, all the logos and everything. You see some people, you see federal government grant, you see all those things, you just fall for them. This is part of what is happening now. The 4 Chinese nationals are now in EFCC custody, and well, it is just bad that Nigerians are too gullible. When they hear something, they will still fall for some other ones on the internet. They will.
Yeah, it's called IFA in southwest Nigeria. Well, still talking about graft, this time in high places. U.S. returns $52.8 million seized from Diezani Associates. I was talking about Diezani Alison Madueke, former petroleum minister under the Jonathan administration, a whooping $52.8 million. And like I always do, Bimbo, I ask again, how much is enough? How much is enough? Even if you are going to steal some kind of certain categories of stealing when it comes to stealing public funds now actually baffles me. Actually baffles me.
She was Minister of Aviation.
No, petroleum.
Petroleum, yes. $52.8 million.
What's she going to do with all
that money?
And that's just a tip of the iceberg.
And if you see her, you just be seeing her as a a cool, gentle woman.
She has this very innocent look. And well, she's been in the UK, and I think the UK has made a semblance of also wanting to prosecute or try her for what they call money laundering. But that's house measures. If you ask me, the UK authorities will be also very reluctant to do anything to her or allow her extradition to Nigeria to face justice, because that money has been very useful to them, to their own economy. The money she stashed away in the UK, talk less of what she also stashed away in the United States. And someone once did an analysis that did the calculation of the total money that was said to have been stolen by the former petroleum minister, and said that if assuming that our population is still 200 million, our last population census, and that money stashed away by the ex-petroleum minister were to be shared between every Nigerian, even up to the level of the newborn, that every Nigerian would get 250,000 naira.
Yes, it is quite possible.
And all that in the hands of one person. Well, there was an agreement signed between Nigeria's Attorney General Prince Lateef Fagbemi and United States authorities and representatives of the United States government in Abuja yesterday to repatriate the money to Nigeria.
I think it has been repatriated.
And then the Americans, of course, told us that we should make very good use of the money. And the Nigerian government tried to give us an idea of what the money will be used for. Since Nigeria yesterday received from the United States of America approximately $52.88 million being proceeds from the forfeiture of the Galactica assets linked to former Petroleum Resources Minister Diezani Alison Madueke and our associates. The funds repatriation came under the Assets Return Agreement (ARA) between the two countries. Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Justice Minister Lateef Fagbemi (SAN) signed for Nigeria, while the Ambassador of the United States, Richard M. Mills Jr., signed for his country. Now, $50 million of the money will be utilized through the World Bank to partly fund the rural electrification project designed to increase the reliability and availability of renewable energy in Nigeria. The balance of $2.88 million will be disbursed as a grant by Nigeria to the International Institute for Justice, IIJ, to support the rule of law and counter-terrorism project through counter-terrorism capacity building for criminal justice sector practitioners in East, West, and North Africa. DJF was optimistic that the projects to which the funds will be applied will contribute in no small measure to creating an enabling environment for socio-economic growth and development. Well, they've decided what they want to use the money for.
Yes. Now it is just $52.88 million out of the Zani's loot.
Of course, there's still more, much more. At least we got something back, and then I guess that's just about the beginning.
Appeal court orders fresh hearing of Kanu Emirate case. That has been on for a long time. It's still in court. Fresh hearing. Well, I believe they will settle themselves.
They should. But as long as politics continues to be a part of the selection process, for traditional rulers, we will continue to have this challenge and difficulties in different parts of the country. Barman in Adamawa loses life to sex worker over 200 naira liquor balance. A barman in Adamawa State has lost his life to a sex worker over a 200 naira change the sex worker was supposed to give him. According to available information, the sex worker, Rianotu Musa, had bought drinks from the barman, Yohana Musa, to the tune of 1,700 naira, out of which she paid 1,500 naira, and promised the barman the balance of 200 naira the next day. The State Police Command, which is investigating the matter, says Rianotu, who is under its custody, has confessed stabbing Joanna in a fit of anger over the change. And she collected a dry gin known as Big Ben and one other drink amounting to. Maybe you sound like you are familiar with Big Ben.
No, I'm not familiar with Big Ben. The Big Ben I know is in London. It is a clock.
That clock. One other drink amounting to 1,700 from Johanna, and the fight ensued between her and Johanna when he demanded for his money, and she stabbed him with a knife in the chest. Oh, well, sad. Well, she should go and answer to the law.
Yes, to some court and crime stories. My wife threatened to sell my house after sleeping with her lovers. There, man tells court. It is not my wife, it is one man's wife. A man, Olatomiwa, has approached a grade A customary court, Mapo Ibadan, seeking to end his 10-year-old wedlock to his wife, Sabina, whom he stated refused that he had rest of mind because she was in the habit of fighting him and his first wife. Olatomiwa also said that Sabina was cruel and violent and always fought him with dangerous objects, which made him abandon his home. And according to the plaintiff, the defendant brought her lovers to his house and made love with them there, adding that she later threatened to sell the same house when he challenged her. And well, I'm not saying the reaction of the wife. I think she did not appear in court, that day. Yes. Quite interesting. Now, this one says, I want divorce because my husband refused to say sorry after beating me. Woman tells court.
Where domestic violence is involved, Bimbo, I often ask the party that happens to be the victim. My own advice would be run and flee for your life.
Yes.
Quit that marriage. Because I don't know. Well, I think she should. Maybe not just a matter of the husband not saying sorry, but a matter of wanting to get out of that situation with her life intact.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. Not being able to say sorry, fine, but
well, sorry, that must come with a guarantee that it won't continue
again. Yes,
it won't happen again.
Now, this one says, my husband stays away from home, sends me 50,000 naira for food. Woman tells court, this woman, you are lucky.
I wanted to say that in today's Nigeria, if it's 50,000, well, if it's well, I don't know if it's monthly. Let's assume it's monthly. That's much more than some people's salary in today's Nigeria.
Yes, they are blessed with 2 children. Spends most of these years in their mother's house, and I think it is monthly salary, 50,000 naira.
Then is she? Why does the husband stay away from home? Is she a second wife or what? And that we need to look at the reason why the man decided to stay away from home. Because
I think it is her husband, because she told the court that she had been married to her husband Akim for 6 years, and their marriage is blessed with 2 children, but that she had spent most of these years in her mother's house. This she said was due to her husband's perpetual absence from home, and. She said, although her husband sends her 50,000 naira monthly, she understands, monthly, for her upkeep through his sister, he has refused to call her, and when she calls him, he does not pick his calls.
So what's the man into? What kind of job does he do that keeps him away from home perpetually, and he does not even communicate with his wife? Or is it something shady that the wife must not know about? And then, sure, we said that he's sending her 50,000 naira, but then Bimbo, no amount of money can replace the man's physical presence.
Yes.
Especially that aspect of marriage that has to do with the other room. Also, no amount of money can replace that. And then more importantly, she wants to feel her husband's presence. She wants to feel loved. She wants to feel wanted. And she's not getting any explanations for the husband's actions.
Yes.
So, seeking divorce, well, maybe she just got tired, and perhaps he does not want to commit adultery, and that's why she decided to opt out.
Yes. No explanation was made about what the husband does. Anyway,
and what keeps him away from home?
From home, yes. But me, I believe maybe me too one be. So you understand? My husband rented out my room, moved my belongings to sitting room.
We're warning now. Hard times now. She should understand. Things are tough.
Yes, we'll take some calls now, and we have our very first call here now.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
John calling from Oluyole.
Good to have you, Mr. John.
I remember vividly. There was a time Obasanjo traveled to the UK. I can't remember whether it is Anthony Blair that was UK Prime Minister then. Obasanjo was speaking to the Prime Minister in Yoruba language that ẹni tó gbé polọ́jà àtẹni tó bá gbé pamọ́ olè jọ làwọn méjèèjì. And the Prime Minister replied, meaning what? Obasanjo said, yes, I just speak in my local language. And the meaning is simple. He who steals and he who keeps the loot, they are all both thieves. The Africans will loot, brings the money. You know, these are money that is not meant to be kept. Even by some of your laws, yet you still go ahead and keep that money. And that was the reason the first batch of Abacha loot was released by the UK. because that word actually sink into the body of the then prime minister. I think he's still to the blame. The truth is that these foreign countries are thieves and criminals. You will make judicial use of the money after many years. When you must have profit from those money, then you started to release it by batch. Abacha route, I can tell you for free, in the next 100 years, will not be released fully. And you will not be given a condition that we should go and make use of it judiciously, as if you are dashing us money. That is wrong. They should change in the attitude. They should not even take those money in. They should not take it in. It is criminal. Lastly, on insecurity. Now, Sudan refugee in Chad is now over 1 million from Sudan. Nigerians should watch. Nigerian government should brace up. Nigerian military and paramilitary should brace up. It is easier for those terrorist organizations to recruit easily from Chad. If you have over 1 million refugees in Chad, you know what it means. That means this is a free gift. Those little children, mature men can be recruited into some of these terrorist organizations. Nigeria should brace up. Enjoy your day. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. You know, Bimbo, what bothers me in the case of Sudan is that all the trouble, all the deaths and the killings in that country is being caused by just two people, two greedy people. And the millions and masses of people in that country cannot do anything about it. And some people carry guns and follow them sheepishly and watch these two individuals tear down their country. I don't get it, Bimbo. I don't get it.
You know, there was one Sudan. Later, there was South Sudan and Sudan. You know, before the South Sudan came, you know, there was this fight. You know, a serious fight before the South Sudan now came to be. And I'm sure all these things, you know, are intertwined into making all these things be happening in that country. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Would you Michael calling from Oluyole?
Good to have you, Mr. Joe Michael.
The issue of bandits coming to Southwest. You know, we have been on this thing, I think, for 3 or 4 days. Thank God that some people have been arrested. But what I'm saying is this one is that we shouldn't take this thing lightly, as I said yesterday. Because the Okeuguasis, the Shalani in Osun State, Akukwasis in Odo State, all over Southwest, let our governor wake up. There should be no any incident happen. Security of life and property is the primary assignment of government. And this slogan, if you see something, say something, is beyond this. Because we have that some people are sending want to go to land or whatever to people in the school. As is of your state. Our leaders, our elders, our upas, or every one of us. May God protect us. God bless you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much,
Mr. Joe Michael.
Yes, Mr. Joe Michael, you said it is beyond, if you see something, see something. It is not beyond it. If you see something, now you said, Ujulala Kanfi Shori. If you see something, you hint the authorities, appropriate authorities. Yes, so that all these things will not, culminate into, violence and killings of innocent citizens.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bimbo. Good morning, Mr. Tola.
Good morning.
I'm Gideon calling from Canada. Now, on the issue of this morning, that what the letter was saying yesterday that 59 million dollars was returned, and the approximation was 79 billion naira. And now the letter was she was talking as if their government made a very huge this passage for this money to come in. Now, what can just happen? Yes, his money is good for Nigeria to come in at this time and all that. She was even distributing the money for one ship for irrigation fund to go science and technology. But I begin to wonder a day that will come in this country where the likes of all of them, both the government of the Jeziani, the government who came after them, all of them will be prosecuted and our money should be returned. If 79 billion can be gotten from somewhere, it has not been finished. That is just the tip of the iceberg. The last administration has not been touched at all. So it was 3 times more corrupt than even the Jeziani. So I begin to wonder what money has been taken out of this country. So the reason that we comply, what is even taken out. So this country, so then the Alaf designate. I want to congratulate the Alaf designate and the government of Oyo State for bringing the new Alaf in. So my advice to the new Alaf is for him to please learn from the Baba Lamidi, the one that passed away, on history and the history of Yoruba race and proverbs and the Baba knows one more time. You know that kind of, it was a good writer, he knows everything about Yoruba race. So I want him to have that idea. Though I know nowadays people don't sit at the feet of former kings and elders again, you know, institutions of the world. But he should please, maybe first 2 years, learn about the history of Yoruba race and the history of Oyo. So I think that will help him. So thank you.
All right,
Thank you very much. Tola, you know what I enjoyed the former late Alafin for. He knows history, like he said, and even knows more of British history. Yes. And like you said that the new Alafin, well, I'm sure you will know a lot more of history.
Exactly what I wanted to say, that I don't think anyone would come to that office without that knowledge that Tajide is talking about. I think he already has it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Brother Miller
From
from
Bodija.
Bodija. Happy weekend.
Good to have you.
Yes, sir. Now, as regards the case of banditry and security here in the Southwest, it is important to be a brother's keeper. Now, it is not beyond when you see something, say something. That's where it starts from. When you see something that is unusual, please talk. We have security line 615. Always call it when you notice something that is unusual. I have been saying that. Now, as regards the new Alafin that was elected, I want to congratulate him and tell him that a lot is on his neck now, and we expect him to perform. God will help us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
080550985 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Adimola from Ibadan.
Good to have you, Mr. Demola.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your effort. Bimbo and Mr. Taylor. So, on this bandits and other terrorists, it is said they are relocating to Oyo State. So, at times, these terrorist bandits are doing damages in cities. We are seeking tighter control on the flow of weaponry around the state. So there's need for increased vigilance. And on the video design, she returned $58.2 million. It is good. So the money needs to be to spend on our infrastructure. So they need to spend the money on power sectors and others. It is good. So money should be spent judiciously, and they should focus on accountability and